Very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. These are the latest sports headlines that's doing the rounds this Wednesday, and we begin with the Cuttack T20I. It was a good show by India as they restricted South Africa to their lowest ever score in T20Is, but there is criticism. And the criticism from the Indian cricket fans are directed only at one individual. No, it's not Gautam Gambhir. It's Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill has been targeted by the social media fans after his failure in the Cuttack T20I. He scored a boundary, then got out in the next ball. 4 runs of 2 balls, and there are question marks over why everybody's trying to fit Shubman Gill in the T20I squad. Just because to accommodate a Shubman Gill, you are destroying the Indian cricket team batting lineup, and because of that, Shubman Gill will now be wondering like what he needs to do because Sanju Samson, at least in 10 innings, has managed 300s. But Shubman Gill, if you look at 10 innings, he's not even gone past 50. That is the problem that you're facing at this point in time. So Shubman Gill really has to step up for the next match that's going to take place tomorrow because if he doesn't, and with another 3 matches to go, plus 5 versus New Zealand, you're in the final preparation stretch. It's not going to be easy at all. And the criticism will only mount because if you want to fit in a Shubman Gill, several players are batting out of position. Yashasvi Jaiswal can't get in. Sanju Samson doesn't get picked, or he gets picked if he bats lower down the order. So, what do you do with a Shubman Gill? If he and Abhishek Sharma succeed, then it is great. But then if he doesn't, then the criticism just comes back to ensure, okay, Shubman Gill will continue to face that. So, in the Cuttack T20I, total criticism of Shubman Gill for the way how he has managed. And ever since it was his first game after his comeback, but then the Indian fans are just not patient with Shubman Gill at this point. Well, who can blame them? So, in that sense, we are looking at one potential crisis in the Indian cricket team, and that is Shubman Gill at this point in time. Now, as far as other cricketing news is concerned, he's back. Clark Kent is back. As I say, Pat Cummins, the Australian captain who was out for the first 2 tests because of a back injury in the Ashes, he is back for the third test. He's included in the squad and he's most likely going to come in. Who's going to go out? Will it be a Michael Neser who goes out? Will it be a Brendan Dockett who goes out? Will Scott Boland go out? Maybe with Hazelwood not available, Scott Boland will have to play. And that is why 17 December is the test match. There is a 4-day break that the England cricket team have planned in Noosa. And there one hopes that England can recharge their batteries and get back into test match order because they have to really win the Adelaide test match in order to stay relevant in the Ashes series. But Mark Wood is out. That is the thing we are looking at. Mark Wood has been ruled out for the Ashes, and he's put out a post saying that it's devastating. I had worked so hard for 7 months with the injury that I had, but then coming back, playing just the Perth test, and then going away. It's a big, big issue for Mark Wood. So, Wood's out of the Ashes. Cummins is back. Let's see how the squad then changes. Nathan Lyon most likely will come back for the Adelaide match because remember, you're going to play a red ball test match after a couple of years in Adelaide. You last played in 2018, if memory serves me right. I think the Australia West Indies game also was a red ball match. The Brisbane test was the pink ball test match at that time. Then New Zealand. Now, blame it on this cycle or blame it on their bad luck. One more pacer has gotten injured, and that is Blair Tickner. Blair Tickner took 4 wickets as the West Indies were bundled out for 205. But then now he may not bowl in the second innings because he suffered a shoulder dislocation and he was stretchered out onto the field and doesn't look good. Looks like West Indies might hold on for a draw yet again unless New Zealand do something remarkable. Glenn Phillips and Kane Williamson are remarkably the only highest wicket takers in the squad at this point in time. That is the level of New Zealand's injury woes that's there. Remember, Henry ruled out, then Nathan Smith ruled out, Blair Tickner's been ruled out, and now you don't have even Will O'Rourke for the remainder of the game. So this is a big, big problem that New Zealand are facing. Maybe West Indies can have Yet another lucky escape. Remember, Basin Reserve Wellington, first 2 days, it is seam friendly, and then after that, it becomes an absolute belter for and the batters can just enjoy. So that's the situation. As far as other sporting events are concerned, today we will be playing the Junior Hockey World Cup. Will feature India taking on Argentina in the bronze medal match. Remember, India are out of gold medal contention. They were hammered by Germany 5-1. Now India will be taking on Argentina in the bronze medal encounter, while Germany take on Spain. Spain are gunning for their first title. Germany are gunning for their eighth title. Then, as far as the Grand Chess Tour Grand Slam final is concerned, Magnus Carlsen has won it. Yes, he has to win in Cape Town. That's still there. The semi-finals are today. Arjun Erigaisi unfortunately got eliminated by Vincent Kamer in the quarterfinals. So now he'll be fighting in the bottom half of the table to ensure that yes, he at least gets to a decent position, fifth to eighth. That is the qualification that is there at this point in time. But the total world championship, the circuit that has been proposed in 2027, the qualifiers have now been determined. FIDE has laid out a blueprint. How is that going to happen? I will be doing a special video on that. Do check that out. And then in the world table tennis finals that's going to take place in Hong Kong, India are in the group of death because they're going to encounter China. Yes, so Dia Chitle and Manusha, who are there in that, they are going to face off against China, and they have Malin. So that's why it's going to be a big, big problem for India at this stage. Then in the the squash World Cup that you look at it, India have gotten off a great start by beating Switzerland 4-0. And remember, as the tournament progresses, the likes of England, Egypt, these two are really going to be the teams to beat in squash. So that's why it's not looking good either for. It's a good start by India, but towards the fag end of the tournament, they'll have to pull their socks up. So yes, today is the Junior Hockey World Cup bronze medal encounter. Then you're really building up to the second T20I that's going to take place in Mullapur. Then you're going to go to 14th in Dharamshala, and let's see how that pans out later on. So, India are 1-0 up, but there are concerns over Shubman Gill, what he needs to do. So, I'll take a couple of comments. So, what do you think? Baseball is just over Shardul Sahasrabudhe. And Stokes mentioned in the post match in that he had no skill issue in team. This means they are not accepting the faults they're doing. Baseball's dead, my friend. If England don't win in Adelaide, you can bury it with a tombstone saying Baseball died in Adelaide. You can very well mention that. And drop him saying drop Gill and Jitesh, get in Samson, Vipraj him as his leg spinner plus finisher, and can play a role of floater as batting was not fixed. But how do you get in a Vipraj Nigam suddenly? Suddenly, after all these matches, with only 9 matches to go, how do you get him? That is the thing. And freaking awesome is like saying apart from Ahmedabad, other venues not 200 plus. Mullapur, Dharamshala, and Ekana, we can bowl. We can some expect 8 to bowlers 180 can do. Okay, sure, could be. Subhash Murugam was saying Sanju should be in place of Gill. Gill can't score in T20. Yeah, true that. I mean, he's struggling. Whatever be it, he is struggling. Poor New Zealand guys, Priyanshu getting injured at time of auction. Well, forget the auction. They have to win a test match. They have to get going in the WTC. It's the first series in the WTC. Mr. Boyd Shukla. Thank God Hardik performed. Gigi was almost ready to replace him with Nitish. No, Mohit. Wrong. Hardik and Nitish are totally different. Remember, Nitish played in Australia because Hardik was injured. So that is why you cannot compare Nitish and Hardik. I am sorry. That's not the way how you look at it. पवन सिंह अकॉर्डिंग टू मेरिट हार्दिक को कैप्टन होना चाहिए हर बड़े मैच में परफॉर्मेंस देता है व्हाट अ प्लेयर हार्दिक को पवन सिंह don't say Hardik should be the captain when he was the captain no one respected him because everybody wanted a Rohit Sharma and now this comment when you say it will expose all those icon worshippers who are there. What wrong did Hardik do? But then he was chucked out. You wanted a Rohit Sharma in. You won the T20 World Cup. That is the problem at this point. So that's the thing. And Shoriol, India white ball looking good. Tell our red ball team when will it revive after the 2027 cycle. Do you think SA should have included George Lind in the last game? Yesterday SA recorded the lowest total. Yeah, I don't know whether Lind would have made a difference. Then why player is above? Why Gill? If they want captain, it is after 2026. But then no one is above the game. He's just struggling. That is the problem at this point. I don't know if Jaiswal's interview is coming. I really don't know. Hardik Nitish comment was a sarcasm. Oh, I see. That's sarcasm for you. Well, we Indians are bad at sarcasm. I am bad in sarcasm. So yeah, in that sense. When you look at it, that's the way. So Deva and Majumdar saying Gill will deliver. Of course, Gill will deliver. Hope he does. He's got 9 more games. Let's see how he delivers in that, and let's hope his confidence isn't shattered. So that's the way I look at it. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.